Hey guys, how's it going? Value Venture Investing here today. So today we're going to be talking about Tesla. I'm going to be giving you guys a quick little update on Tesla. I know I've done a lot of videos on Tesla, but I thought that this news was material. So we've seen Tesla pull back a little bit here. Let's take a look at the stock. Today it was down a little over 4%, so now we're about $233 per share. So if you're wondering why the stock is pulling back a bit, Tesla hasn't had their earnings. But they released their delivery numbers, which is something huge. I mean, this is something that analysts, everybody in the investment community follows very closely. And if you've been paying attention, I think it was a couple days ago now, maybe a week ago, Tesla actually, there was a leak from an email from Elon saying that, if we work hard, we can hit that $100,000 mark. And the stock actually ran off that a little bit. Today, or not today, it was about a couple days ago now. However, the stock did come down because they didn't make that $100,000 mark. They did 97,000 in the quarter deliveries and totals. And I found this kind of strange because all the news articles are essentially saying, oh, Tesla misses, but they're missing basically on the rumor sort of thing, right? This is still a record for Tesla. You guys know that I'm not like super bullish on the company, even though I added to my position, which I still am holding. But it was still a phenomenal all-time record. So the target was 100,000, but they hit 97,000, and their all-time record before that was 95,000. So significantly more than that, and they're on track, hopefully, to hit a very nice number this year. So let's take a look at the article that came out on Tesla's investor relations. So as you can see here, we have the production numbers and also the deliveries, the S and the X. So we've seen that this has come down over the years, and I believe this is due to cannibalization. I also believe that this is due to the fact that in terms of the X, people are waiting for the Y, which is a crossover, and the Model 3 is cannibalizing the Model S. I mean, it's the older version, and so I'm seeing Model 3s everywhere. So we saw the deliveries for the Model S and X at 17,400 in the quarter. Model 3 was 79,600, so that's where we get the 97,000. What I find interesting about this as well, if we look at the bottom here, it says our net income and cash flow will be announced during the with the rest of our financial performance when we announce Q3 earnings, so we're looking forward to that. Our delivery count should be viewed as slightly conservative, as we only count a car as delivered if it is transferred to the customer and all paperwork is correct. So it varies a little bit differently from other companies that maybe a customer has not taken delivery yet of it. This one, so that they've actually received the vehicle. So you can definitely count that as a sale, as delivered. So Tesla does that a little bit differently. So I think that's why they made the comment there that they should be somewhat conservative estimates. It also states here, as was also seen the case in Q2, nearly all of our Model 3 orders were received from customers who did not previously hold a reservation, solidifying the transition to generating strong organic demand. So that's as good as well. So it shows you there's more and more adopters of the vehicles. They're not just a selectively few that keep upgrading their vehicle or something like that. So for the whole year, you can expect 360,000 to 400,000 deliveries. Now this has come from Tesla, and that's some pretty huge news right there, because that's up over 45 to 65%. So we're still seeing phenomenal growth in this stock that's being hammered, and relative to how much income it's generating, say a price to sales ratio, is pretty cheap at it, at the market cap that it's trading at right now. So to be on track for that, they would need to do 105,000 deliveries next quarter. So some people might think maybe that is not possible. However, if you look into the fact that the Gigafactory is probably coming online this month and they only keep getting more and more efficient, this could be a real possibility. So we might see the stock run off a little bit off that. So I found that the price action of the stock has been kind of a little strange, given that this is an all-time record and that this $100,000 mark, which we were close to anyway, was good news when it was when it was leaked, and now it's pulling back. The other thing that came out was the deep scale. Tesla actually bought that company. So let's take a look at this article right now. So the article goes on to say, yesterday, CNBC reported that Tesla is acquiring the 4-year-old computer vision startup DeepScale. Also, DeepScale CEO Forrest Idian-Andaloa, however you say that, has joined Tesla as a senior staff machine learning scientist. The companies have not yet disclosed the deal's financial terms, so they probably didn't release that information because I can't imagine they paid a huge amount of money for that. The article goes on to say the DeepScale acquisition set to help Tesla develop autonomous cars will fill the gap left in Tesla's autopilot team after 11 engineers left this summer. Tesla CEO Elon Musk was reportedly not happy with the company's progress in developing fully automated driving. DeepScale is set to add the software piece to Tesla's self-driving puzzle. In January, DeepScale announced Carver 21, its perceptual software portfolio for driver assistance, CNBC reported. DeepScale's technology was designed to help automakers use low wattage processors, which are standard in most cars, to power very accurate computer vision. These processors work with sensors, mapping, planning, and control systems to allow cars to make sense of what's going on around them. The market sees that fully self-driving technology and regulations could take several years to develop. However, Tesla's aggressive push into the space shows investors it's serious about its autonomous driving ambitions. So this makes sense, just like the Maxwell acquisition. There's been a lot of talk from Tesla. If you watched my last video, I believe it was called their Autonomy Day, where they spoke about, I believe next year they want to have 1 million of the self-driving taxis. And when we're talking about taxis, they're not actually taxis. They're customers who already have a vehicle, and say they have a Model 3. When it becomes fully self-driving, they can essentially make some extra money on that by having it drive other people around when they're not using it. So that's the grand vision. But for that, they need to develop that last leg of self-driving. And, obviously I'm no expert on this, but it's that last little bit apparently that's been very difficult, and that's what the acquisition of this company is going to help with, developing that last sense of knowing exactly what's going on in different scenarios that Tesla's probably struggled with a little bit. So great news as far as I'm concerned in terms of the delivery target, the acquisition, because the competitive advantage for Tesla obviously is the fact that they're outselling other ones as well, other companies as well, but the big one is the self-driving technology that still we haven't seen competitors be able to keep up with, and they just keep pulling more and more ahead. Looking forward to the earnings this month to see if they actually turn a profit or not. So whenever that comes out, I'll give you guys an update as soon as I can. So that's going to be it for today, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.